Yo guys, Beast, back with some more Beastly content. Today I'm going to be telling you the very best Acid and Eclipse Cortex farms. That's right, this is basically a Stardust farm, or Star Chrome farm. So, as you see here, this is called a workshop. If you go onto the map and you click the little X that says like enlarge things, it'll show you all the events going on, but it'll also tell you where all the workshop locations are. So if you just click it, it'll automatically take you to the workshops. But that is where you're going to be using these permit things you can get. There's extraction and refinery permits. And what I actually suggest doing is going to Silo Theta, looting every single chest you can on normal, go to hard, do the same thing, go to pro, do the same thing, and you can do that every 4 hours and be getting yourself a ton of these, because every single time I've done a loot run on any of those difficulties, I've gotten at least 1 to 2. As you can see here in the video, I do believe we had 6 or something like that of the tier 4s from it, all from Theta drops just by looting all those storage crates. You don't have to use controllers at the end if you don't want to. Just every 4 hours, those storage crates are OP to loot for the refinery permits. You're going to be getting a ton of them doing that. You're also going to be farming up Stardust, and you can maybe get some Acid because there are enemies there to kill, depending on how you play it. Of course, you are going to have to farm all the loot crates, so definitely going to have to go kill some enemies in Theta, but yeah, that is my recommendation for it. This is just such an easy event. Usually people will build defenses. I've seen a guy, this guy I'm actually playing with right here, on here, who's on my team. He just randomly ran up to me while I was doing this, and it was like, join my team, and I was like, sure, and then he wouldn't do Theta, so I had to change him and remove him off the team later. But we're not going to actually show a Theta run or anything like that, because that's actually going to be an SCR Outsider video. So when I started recording this video, originally it was just going to be like a makeup video for the Eclipse Cortex video, because I don't really like the quality of it. Another thing to mention on is all the side bosses on here, like this guy, and there are 2 more here. All will also be dropping Eclipse Cortexes. Someone commented down on that video and they said, hey, you forgot to mention that the side bosses also drop Eclipse Cortexes. Make sure to get a shot in before everybody kills it. I mean, you're right if you're doing it in a group. I personally don't mind doing these solo, but it's also very nice to do this in a group because it will go a lot quicker. Really not any quicker, and honestly, if you're max level, you don't even need to build the defenses like I said. But if you're not max level, you may want to be building defenses. The main thing is just to block off all the doorways. That's what people usually do. You can also park your cars there and your vehicles if you want to in the doorways to keep enemies from going through there. Just because that's how you do it. That's pretty much all there is to farming Eclipse Cortexes. At the end of this, at the end of the timer, it will allow us to collect from the production facility. It'll automatically give us either 3 level 2s or 3 level 3s, depending on the tier and the type of extraction permit. It's awesome when it does 3s. You literally can get to 40 level 3 Eclipse Cortexes so easily. There's still a day left until I am on phase 4, and I have already gotten the 40 on here. That being said, I may have missed phase 3s, but yeah, this is definitely the way to farm Eclipse Cortexes. Don't even worry about doing phases or anything like that. While I'm sure that could be a usable method, I've thought about trying to farm phases for the Eclipse Cortexes before. I just think there's just nothing faster than doing the workshops. But just something to mention, on hard and pro difficulty there will be phase enemies, and they will also be dropping cortexes. So on the silos, you know, maybe you can farm phases if you don't want to do the workshops. But another thing to mention is it's up to 100 acid every single time you do it, so you can get a ton of acid here. Acid can be used, and as you can see, we're just waiting for the enemy to spawn here. And like I said, this video is short. I don't really want to make this video a long video. I just wanted to show this to you real quickly. I'm going to try and keep it pretty short here. I just want to run through the entire event here real quickly and show you claiming the rewards, so you see how many rewards I got out of doing this for 1 run. Now you can sit here and do this thing over and over. There's a 1 minute cooldown. Once the workshop is finished, there's a 1 minute to claim it, and then there's a 1 minute to repair, and then you can go do it again. If you push the F button again after you start it, you can skip the building time timer that's like 4 minutes. You know, you can skip that completely just by pushing the F button again. And once again, if you're high level like me, you're going to be able to defeat everything here, so you might as well just go ahead and go at it, especially if there's more than 1 player here. There is no reason to build defenses. You're just wasting resources, because every single time a new workshop is started, every 5 minutes, all of those resources are gone and never return to you. Even if you destroy the stuff before the workshop ends, it will not return the resources. It's literally just a way to waste your resources if you are max level. If you're not, and you're doing this a little earlier into the season, maybe it's okay to use the defense stuff. And if you have a ton of the material, why not? I mean, I've seen people do it, and they probably really don't care, but it doesn't help me at all. I like it more when the enemies come in here. It's easy to defend this thing. I'm thinking you might get a little less resources, so it's probably a good idea to go ahead and build the cars. Because the durability, I think, does affect how much acid you actually get every run. So maybe take the time to build the cars. I personally don't. It's really a matter of choice, though. It doesn't affect any of the Eclipse Cortex outputs, and it's still plenty of acid for me. I still got like a good 700 acid out of doing all these runs when I was doing them last night. But I do believe this is about the end of the video. Go ahead and leave a like on it if you did enjoy it, and keep it beast mode.